I captured this video at the last place I visited while I was away. It looked like quite a small amount of water, but when I swam over there and put my head under the waterfall, it was strong enough to push me down underneath and push me around a bit. It was soft and subtle and strong and powerful, all at the same time.
Hello, beautiful humans, wonderful creatures. How are you? Happy 2021, or whatever that's worth. My name is Eliza Kendall. It's the 14th of January 2021. Here we are. I've just had a couple of weeks off the spirit reports. I've been away on a holiday. I have not been away on a holiday for a really long time. Typically, I go interstate, I see friends, I work. I see family, I work. I go to festivals, I work. And it was a really beautiful experience for me to hear the call from a very, very close friend who was visiting to go away on a holiday and to actually put money and effort and energy into creating a beautiful space where we could play and adventure together. Visit places we haven't visited, speak with nature. We're both very into Mother Earth and all life she brings and offers us. So we had all these wonderful plans and we were open to receiving many joys, and we noticed beauty everywhere we go. So we had a wonderful time, of course. There were some disappointments, a trip to the Great Barrier Reef cancelled a couple of times, and some really amazing things that we really wanted to do that we couldn't do. But anyway, I share this with you because as I was preparing to leave, I was sort of telling people I'm going on holidays, and I can't remember the last time I've had a holiday, and I don't do this, I don't go on a holiday. And now I'm treating myself, and what a wonderful thing. And you know, I did treat myself, but something interesting happened for me. I noticed that I became almost apathetic after, I don't know, about 5 days of adventuring around. And, you know, I don't have my psychic senses open, so I'm not speaking with spirits. I always meet with the custodians of a space that I'm on and let them know that I'm there and show them my heart and give reverence to the land and the nature spirits, but I don't then continue to sort of open and communicate, because often that then leads to work. I'm a medium and a channel, so you know, I was kind of staying in my human self and feeling the feelings and hanging out with my friend and having fun and being really 3D, you know, or 4D and 5D at the same time, and it was wonderful. And anyway, what I noticed was that after about a week going around, and we'd stayed with a couple of different people in someone's home through a B&B situation, and I felt myself really unwilling to engage with them, really unwilling to sort of offer my energy and my love and my attention, and kind of drop in, because I knew I would drop into a workspace or a healing space. And so I was witnessing myself and my own boundaries and where I was prepared to offer, what kind of energy, I guess, and attention I was willing and prepared to offer, and noticing that I was staying quite reserved, and that felt good. It felt very, very honouring of me. It felt like I was really maintaining my need to reboost and reinvigorate some of my energy levels, and I did that. But I noticed that something kind of happened where we went to another house, and we went to visit a friend of my friend's house, some old friends, and they had animals there. They had pets. They had dogs and a cat. And if anyone knows me, I'm a crazy dog person. I mean, any opportunity to get close to another species, I think is just fucking phenomenal opportunity. I'm so down with that. So, you know, we're hanging out at these friends' houses, and there'd been a couple of times where my friend had kind of encouraged me to, you know, do a bit of work. Or, you know, this person wants to know about this thing. Can you come over and talk to them? And I'm like, yeah, maybe later. And being really kind of reserved about that, as I said. And then kind of thinking that was me really honouring myself. And, you know, practically, I'm doing the right thing. I needed a break. I was really, really overwhelmed, or not overwhelmed, but I guess kind of really full up from the year. And I really needed to get away and decompress, you know. So in my mind, the honouring of myself is like, I will not work, you know. But as I was just being present, so what I do instead is just be present to me, notice where I'm at, feel how I kind of want to receive and how I want to respond and engage with what comes in front of me directly. You know, I like to really be moment to moment. What's in front of me? How do I want to respond with what's there? As I notice myself doing this, of course, the dogs one by one begin to come to me, and I begin to kind of melt and merge into them, and my hands just sort of switch on, and, you know, I start healing, and the dog is so willing to receive it, and then, you know, I'd kind of healed this beautiful dog and passed a few things on to the owners, and I was so happy to do it, and I felt my life force coming back. I felt myself coming back, my enthusiasm, my spark. It's like I was just kind of, I don't know, I was on stasis or something. I was just paused for a while, like existing and holding a state of love, but not like that kind of sparkle. You know, I want to sparkle out my eyes and out my smile, and for me to sparkle out my eyes and out my smile, I need to be really honouring my purpose and what that means and what that is. And to me, that is being a bridge between different levels of existence. In this case, just between human and dog, human and cat. And so I had this awesome thing where I'd worked with the dog, and, you know, I'm doing it really languidly. Like, I'm not really putting, the dog's coming to me, and I'm just like doing my thing, and it's all very graceful. And then anyway, a little bit of time goes by, and I go to the bathroom. And as I open the bathroom door, there's a cat there, and the cat is very clearly going, I heard the dog had a healing, and can you put your hands on me now, please? I have a sore in my shoulder. So I explained to the cat, I'd like to go and sit down, please. I don't want to stand up outside the bathroom door and do this on you, but if you'd like to come with me in a moment, then I'll come. And then another dog interrupted me at this stage, and so I spoke to the other dog, and then by the time I got back to my chair, the cat was on the chair, ready for its healing. So I continued on, and then the very other small dog who'd been watching me the whole time came a couple of days later. And, you know, and then as I kind of just heard about what was going on with the beautiful people that we were staying with, they were so kind, they hosted us, they welcomed us so beautifully. And as I heard what was going on with them, there was an opportunity to do some energy work and do some grid work for them in order to assist and support the beautiful, loving, nurturing, really high vibrational, fun, loving home and land that they were custodians of, and that they were so beautifully looking after and had restored. And so I was thrilled to be able to assist in that way. And I went away from that experience really noticing where I fit, what I can do, where I'm at, where no matter where I go, no matter what people I encounter, no matter what walks of life they are from, no matter what they believe. Some of the people that I stayed with have beliefs that are very different to mine. Some political beliefs, some social beliefs, some environmental beliefs that are very different to mine, that I know past me would have perhaps just decided I didn't really want anything to do with those people because they simply didn't align to my core beliefs and what I think it takes to be a good or a right or a perfect or, you know, an awesome human. And instead of judging someone by those front of house choices, what I did was, again, just be present with those who are in front of me, and I was received with love, and love was shared, and I felt myself in a beautiful state and capacity to do what it is that I do. Now, they also could have used some help in their garden, but I'm not a gardener, so I didn't focus my energy there. They also could have, you know, used some help with, I don't know, one of them is learning to sail. I'm not a sailor, so I can't help them with that. But what I noticed was that as I moved around the different places and we met different people and were welcomed by them, I was able to notice what I could leave, how and in what way I could leave the space that I entered a bit more improved than when I found it. That's something I've wanted to do since I was young. I want to leave people and spaces and places and situations better in some way, lighter, more loving, whatever that means, just some way improved. I don't want to take. I don't want to just give. I want it to be reciprocal, but I'm on earth to help. I'm incarnated to improve this current reality. So I don't know, I just wanted to share that with you because it's just something I'm still reflecting on and really feeling into. That happened over the couple of weeks and I'm not quite ready to be back on the spirit report yet. I want to put some more structure into this and start asking quite specific questions, and I really want your help to do that. I'm going to be talking to you about that next week. I need a little more time now. I have a changeover in my house again, and my friend is still visiting, so I'm going to take a little more time to do that. But I just wanted to drop in and kind of, I don't know, share with you some of the things I've been reflecting. And so there's something else that comes up, that has come up that I want to share with you. Before I went away, and in the last, as the year was closing, as the solstice closed, I, spent a bit of time reflecting on, again, myself, my behaviours over the last year, and I felt quite a great deal of shame. I felt like there were times throughout the year that I dropped the ball. I keep a lot of balls juggling, and I dropped some, and I felt like I was an asshole. And I can see where there are situations that I haven't acted as compassionately as I could, or I haven't communicated as clearly as I could, or I've been absorbed in my own stuff, or I've not listened to my own call for boundaries. I've not paid attention to parts of myself that were trying to let me know where I was losing energy and where I was giving it away and where it was being siphoned from me. But also, more importantly for me, is accepting and acknowledging that there are times when I can be really harsh and really hard, and I've spoken harshly and I've created chaos, and I don't want to create chaos. I want to negate the chaos, and I don't want to increase or create any kind of trauma. I don't want to encourage that energy in the planet. I spend a lot of time working really hard with thousands of different people and the ley lines that hold the entire planet to negate the chaos, to create harmony. And so as I was looking at myself last year, I had some shame, and I was beating myself up quite a bit about that, and about the times when I did not act as kindly and compassionately as I would like to, or as softly, where I wasn't actually in my high heart space at all, when I was in my broken, separate human heart. And so as I looked at these things, I was pretty mean to myself, even still this morning. I'm kind of like, I want to beat myself up about that a bit. And so I just did a reading for a beautiful friend, and she had a similar kind of message come through that I was asked to share with you as well. And I thought it was really wonderful. And so there are a lot of us, particularly, the light workers, or those that have been on the awakened path for some time, whatever you want to call it. What's been going on in the last few months is not that we're being tested, but in some ways that we are having exams. It's kind of like the final exam for the huge big lesson we've been moving through, the old paradigm stuff, etc. But also what's been happening is that we've been getting really clear examples of the polarity, really clear examples of ourselves in the loving, embodied, pure love, high vibrational essence, state of being, and the old, separate, disconnected from self, lower vibrational way of being and way of seeing the world that we all have moved through. And so the message that has come through today is that that's been happening for a very particular reason, and the reason is that we need, in order to hold steady and hold graceful throughout the continued changes that are going to keep happening, particularly for the next 9 months, 6 to 9 months. We're probably going to be experiencing a lot of changes and, some madness, some chaos, some weird things and choices coming from those outside of us, from the top all the way down, of course. And this is going to continue. And so the most important thing for us to be doing is to just be gracefully holding steady, right? The message that my friend got was from their guys was like, baby, it's okay, hold steady, you're doing really well. just hold steady. She's a very graceful being. So we gracefully just hold ourselves really steady. But first, what's been happening in order for us to do that is that we need to know that we are all the things. It's one of my favorite sayings. We're all the things. I'm all the things. I am the dark and I am the light. I'm a fucking asshole, but I'm also really beautiful. I'm a very, very kind, deeply compassionate person who is trying her very best, but I'm also fucking human and I'm still broken, and that's okay. More and more every day I become more and more connected, and I make more and more choices to reitify and recalibrate my connection with myself and therefore all things, and bring more love into my space and my mind and my own way of thinking and being. But I'm not going to be doing that all the time. I am not all love and light. I am dark and messy and ugly at the same time. And frankly, I do love this about myself because I don't want to be one note. I really like diversity. And we are complex beings. And so, simply put, accept all parts of yourself. Know that sometimes we get really clear messages and indications of how we don't want to be, so that we can pay attention and that we can look a little deeper and find those parts that are conflicted within, and find the parts that are attacking one another within ourselves, so that we can stop sending any of that separation or conflicted energy out to other people. For me also this year I've noticed that if I come out of that connection with myself, then it adds to a disconnection between people that I love and people I want to actually connect more with, I want to be more intimate with. If I lose connection with myself and I put down my boundaries, or I put down some of my practices, my mindful practices or my spiritual practices or my embodied somatic practices, if I put any of those things down, no matter what reason, no matter who needs my help, no matter what the amazing cause is that I must go and assist, that means I put down those things, then what happens is I become disconnected from myself, and then it creates disconnection with other people, and I do things and say things that I'm not proud of and I don't like. So I'm also remembering that, but I just wanted to share that with you. So if you've been mean to yourself, or if you've been having a go at yourself, or if you fucked up and you made some mistakes, particularly last year, fuck, big deal, mate. We're all there, we're all doing it. But just holding and loving yourself and appreciating that you are growing and that you will continue to try and do better. That's all there is, that's where it's at. So, okay, that's all for me today, and the beautiful spirits, I'll speak more to you about what they want to say and share some more direct things with you next week. Okay.